Good morning. This is Diane Blick with Keller Williams Hometown Partners here in Hutchinson, Kansas, and I'm with
Courtney Thompson with Keller Williams Hometown Partners here in Hutchinson, the Blick Homes team. We're back on our front porch.
Yeah, so come on in and join us. We're going to have a conversation today about first-time home buyers and the things that you might expect as a first-time home buyer and the things that we can do to help you through the process. So thanks for joining us.
Yeah, first-time buyers, buying a home, especially your first time, is a huge investment.
It's
probably the biggest thing you'll do or have done before that. So it's a huge investment, and then there's a lot of legal paperwork that goes along.
About 30 some pages to the first contract writing, and we always want to make sure that you understand what you're signing and that you've asked all the right questions. So helping you decide how to proceed with that and to even lay out the questions that a first-time homebuyer should be asking, because if you've never done it before, how do you know the questions to ask?
Right, and those are questions to your inspector, your lender, even to yourself. I mean, one of the things we talked about in a previous video was consultations, right?
Yes.
One of the things we pride ourselves in doing is sitting down with you and really nailing down what your needs versus wants are.
Yep.
And we won't go into that today because we have a whole video on it. Be sure to check that one out on why do a consultation with your agent and how to pick the right agent. But here's why those questions are so important, because you are making the biggest investment.
You are. So first of all, we always want to make sure that for couples or folks buying a house together, that everybody's on the same page about what's important.
Mm-hmm.
So we start with that. We understand how you're planning to finance, and there's a lot of hard questions that go into how you're going to finance a first time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So working with a lender, providing you with lender options. I think we can say that we always start with, well, where do you bank?
Yeah.
And depending on where you bank and what kind of programs that lender is offering, that might be the very best first place to go. But then there's special needs, like needing some down payment assistance.
Right. Knowing those kind of financial specific unique items about you is very important as agents to really give you the best service. And that's always our goal. At the end of the day, is our goal is your goal, and we want to make sure you get in the house in the best way possible for your finances, for your family, for your situation, all of the above. And knowing those programs, knowing how to ask the questions to see what programs work best for you, whether that be how much you may have for a down payment, or if the payment amount every month is more important. Those are really important things to sit down and discuss with your agent.
Sure, and even if you're doing like a VA or an FHA or a USDA rural development loan, which are common in our area, knowing that the area that you're looking to purchase is going to fit for a USDA rural development loan, and that you personally can fit for that. And if you're doing a VA loan, even myself as a veteran, I always ask this question. Are you sure that doing the VA loan with no down payment and the extra fees that are assessed on that VA loan are the best way to go, or if there's not another route? So again, it's just knowing the questions to be asked and answered that we like to go through with you. And then the other thing is just quickly touching on all the grants.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen, we've posted about them. A lot of people have been talking about the first-time homebuyer grants. And what a lot of people don't know is, one, that's not the only grant available right now. There are two first-time homebuyer grants.
Yeah.
They're both based on income. So knowing that, we can help you decide if those programs are worth exploring or not. But we also have lenders that have down payment assistance programs that aren't based on income or have a much higher income level. That can still help if down payment is your biggest hurdle. So getting that information from you and understanding where you fall as far as money to the table or payment, which is more important. I usually weigh those out and see which category you fall into. And that's part of what our consultations do, really.
Well, yeah. So we just talked a lot about the getting the money together part.
Yes.
Getting the money together, but then talking about timing and what the inventory is like on the market, and if you're currently in a rental or living with parents or making a move with a job, that's another whole set of questions that needs to be asked and answered. So just kind of going through the whole scenario of what you need. and understanding the little things like how important is a dishwasher to the both of you? Do you have to have a fence? How big is the dog, and can you walk the dog, or do you need a fence, or do you want a fence so that children play in the backyard?
Is it a walkable neighborhood?
Yeah.
Is there amenities nearby? Would you rather be away from people? I mean, those are all factors as well as your future. Sometimes jobs aren't necessarily meant to be forever, and so relocation is something to consider in the horizon. And so then that's
especially when you're taking out a first time buyer grant and the restrictions
or
on
even
those.
the zero down payment
Yes.
loans. It may not make sense to have no equity walking in or less equity walking in, and it may make sense to put more money down.
Yeah.
So you're more mobile. Those are some of the things we like to talk about on how to best be a first time home buyer.
Yeah. The other thing we're going to talk with you about is communication. How you prefer to be communicated with, the time frames that you're available based on work, sleeping, childcare, all of those things, and being flexible around that, whether it's text or phone calls or emails, what really works best for you. And one of the questions that I know we always ask is, what is the most important thing to you as a home buyer or a seller in your agent? What quality, what criteria is going to be the most important to you? Because we want to be sure to measure up to that. And we want to be sure that what you're asking is what we can deliver on. And we'll have a really frank conversation about that, and how we would proceed with working together. And this all comes out in the consultation process, which is, sometimes, do you feel like sometimes people just want to go get in the front door and look at a house?
Oh yeah, I understand that. It's very exciting. I love seeing homes. I love the excitement of the process starting, especially first time buyers. Your first home is such a big accomplishment, so I can totally understand the excitement. But I always fear that if we don't do those consultations, which we always do, we'll get down the road and we've looked at 15 homes that make no sense, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And buyers get overwhelmed, or it becomes, the process starts to cloud everything. And I'd rather get that out of the way so we can be excited when we walk into that first door or the third door, so that we know we're looking at the right houses for our buyers.
And that such that we've done all of the groundwork so that when you do find that perfect home that you fall in love with, that you can actually write an offer on it and move forward, as opposed to having a very sad day to find out that you weren't prepared and somebody else is able to get a contract in and purchase the house because they've done some of that upfront legwork and asked and answered those questions.
Exactly.
So it's part of protecting you. So when we sit down to do a consultation, essentially, we're looking to hire each other. We're looking to be sure that we're going to work well together, that our communication styles are going to match, that our ability to meet your hours and your requirements are going to mesh. And we're going to go over all of our fiduciary responsibilities to you as an agent working together. So we talked about communication. We're also going to talk about agent compensation. So just like you would hire any licensed professional, there is an expectation that an agent, any licensed professional is going to be compensated at the appropriate time. So we talk about how that actually works and what the expectations are during the time.
And that's a really important point, is that while yes, you are hiring us, it is a team that we're creating in each other. And there's going to be expectations both ways. And if those don't match together, maybe we're not the best fit. We do try to be as accommodating as we can be, but we also don't want to fail anyone. If you say your preferred contact method is email and we don't get responses, we're gonna try to contact you in a different way. But there's a two-way street, is what I'm saying here. There'll be expectations on you as the buyer, but also on us as an agent.
Yeah, so we really look to serve people who have a goal, a mutually understood goal, and establish the steps to get to that end goal in the right time and in the right way. And so we would absolutely love an opportunity if you're thinking about buying a home now or in the future. It's never too early to start. If you're just beginning to work on your credit, save up enough money, or you're expecting to have a job change and needing to move from where you're at, or you're expecting to have a family and you're going to need more space. And even if you're a year out, it is not too early to start having a conversation about how to meet those goals. So we look forward to doing that and making the time. It's on our calendars to in our schedules to make that kind of time for that kind of conversation. So
yeah, and we work hard to get you with the right lender to get you working on that, even if it's a year out too, to get you the right advice to get you to that goal, however long that is. So we look forward to helping you get there and cross that finish line.
Yes, so thanks for stopping in on our front porch today. We appreciate the chance to visit with you and hope to have a deeper conversation. And just want to let you know that our commitment to our clients, customers, and community is to serve their real estate needs with integrity, skill, and care. And so how do we do that?
We achieve that through agent education, training, teaching buyers and sellers to be the savviest in the marketplace such that they are prepared and empowered to achieve their real estate goals. So be sure to come back to our front porch.
Absolutely. We'll hope to see you. Take care. Bye.